We're getting ready for an interview. Coors Banquet. Get ready for another comedian chat now. Y'all ready for this? Doom, doom, doom. Dum ba dum ba dum ba dum 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 dum. Boom ba dum ba dum ba dum. We're gonna be talking to comedian Brain Damage, BRANE, Damage. Coors Beer Banquet, because it's the goodness. Ooh, child. Oh. Sorry, not like rough or anything, just went down the wrong pipe, kind of. Ooh, child. Yeah, it's a Coors Banquet, Rafiki. I don't like lights. I was about to get Miller. I like Miller High Life. I don't want Miller Genuine Draft. They don't even sell that shit anymore. MGD. But yeah, like full bodied, like we're past the light shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start our comedian interview. Bum, bum. Oh, child, there you everywhere. Ooh, child. Whoa, yo. Where's my hat at? No. Check 1 2, check 1 2. What the fuck you gonna do? Ooh, don't fucking burn and fucking burn. Oh no. Of course. Yeah, it's right there. Good.
Stop it. Billy. Come here. You're so rude, Bitsy.
Yeah, I heard you.
Damn near attacked me.
I heard you. Over the other cat.
She's so fucking rude. So fast.
Blah 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 blah. You can also have the brick background, bitch. I'm joking, dude. I'm joking. We gotta have 2 separate backgrounds. I'm not gonna know who the fuck we are.
Yeah, I don't know. It just automatically did that.
Well, especially when you're doing comedy stuff.
I'm like, does the algorithm just know that I do this on Plausible?
They might. Do they have backgrounds? I haven't even checked out the backgrounds on Plausible, man. I'm just not playing around with Plausible, dude. Before we go live, dude, how do you like Plausible? I don't want to record like shit talking about Plausible or anything, man. But like the two, like it seemed like. Because I like the workshops on like Saturdays, but that's like during the day. That's like on my son and stuff. Like, can we not do something like later at night or like during the day or something on the weekdays? And
I think they do a couple also on the weekdays. I don't know if Pablo runs any. But yeah, especially like the Sunday ones. I'm like, man, it's right during the games. I'm like,
right.
Football, but. I do appreciate the community, but like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes their tech is.
Yeah, dude, I went to because I've been trying to catch like a show, like just to watch a comedian do their show and watch a couple comedians do it, see how it goes. And I guess some woman does a showcase there or some shit like that, and like halfway through the thing, like, man, we got to move to Zoom, ha 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 ha. And then so I told that Leanne, I was like, maybe you gotta tell your comedians not to make jokes about Zoom during your fucking shit. Like you're trying to like branch out and do that shit or something. All right, man. Well, let me tell you how this is gonna work, dude. We're gonna go out to my YouTube live, just like vertical live. They're not getting the full on show, but then probably in a couple weeks, I'm gonna put your stuff up on. Probably like tomorrow, I'll put your stuff up on that Displaced Comedians because I figure that's us. That's not really like, oh, like this probably should just be comedians up there. But then a couple weeks, like I put up one comedian thing every week on my YouTube channel, one chatting out, just depending on who I'm interviewing shit.
Sounds good to me.
All right, man. So we'll be getting recorded live, but they won't be able to see you. And I want to plug all your stuff. And basically, the way I like to run it is kind of like I've watched a lot of interviews, and especially with who we are at this moment, they're fucking boring. Nobody cares where I do want to know about your name. Nobody cares where Brain Damage is from or Keenan is from. Like they want to know if we're funny right now. So what I like to do is kind of make it like a funny conversation. We put like I'll try to ask the questions as like we go through and make it more of like just an off the cuff conversation.
All right, sounds good to me.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna press the record button, dude. And I got and then I like to do like a cold open, and then like, oh shit, I forgot the theme song. You know, like that's like my go-to stupid shit. You know.
I do want to real quick before we start. I know at some point within like the next 10-15 minutes, my wife and son will be walking in the door. Like they'll be cool. I might just be like, yo, mommy. Anyway, they're not doing anything.
Dude, I can either go back and try.
They're walking in right now. So
oh my god, it's over! It's over. No, dude, I can't. That's why I give you my time frame because I got a 6-year-old son, dude. So my days revolve around that motherfucker. His mama works all the time. I'm disabled.
I was just telling him, I was like, well, we have the podcast. My wife and son will be walking in a few minutes.
Wives and kids ruin stuff.
My son shaved his whole head and beard off today. I forgot that he looks like a samurai from the 1700s.
How old's your son, man?
18.
Nice. I got a 22-year-old daughter. I got 2 granddaughters, bro.
Nice.
Yeah.
My daughter's 24. Thankfully, no grand yet.
Dude, I know I look like I'm 72, but I'm only 41, dude. So we're probably in the same age gap, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm 46.
Yeah, see, we're close enough for government work, dude. Close enough for government work, man. I got some questions about that, but let's save some of the stuff for the podcast because I know we ain't got too much. No, I'm fucking with you, dude. What else was that? It seems like in like well, I was sitting in. I guess it was like. No, it was in that other guy's stuff where you like test out your jokes and they kind of, and I like that workshop the best where you kind of just throw out a couple of your jokes and they give you, well, I like that and this and that. But one time somebody said So I think you were in the room. They said one of the comedians said something about about transitioning, and everybody else is like, I'm not for sure anybody else will get that. I'm like, I don't think y'all get that. I know, like, I think my daughter says that to me like 4 times a day sometimes, man.
Yeah.
I have a friend that's transitioning. You better get his pronoun correct, Dad. Okay, I'll try.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That I'm learning from this online stuff. I'm like, oh, California is very different than a lot of places.
Yeah, and unfortunately, dude, I live I just moved from Dallas to a smaller city, Denton, and the comedy scene, like maybe I can get to 2 open mics, and it's like Sunday and Tuesday, and it's like they start at 8, so I got to get my son to sleep and me jump in and go to an Uber real quick, and it's just, dude, the last one I went to this one graffiti pasta, and like I said, dude, I'm disabled, and you know, I'm not terrible disabled. I just walk like I'm drunk, and I got a walker and stuff, but one of them was like downstairs, like, oh. I got beat by the downstairs. If the fucking nerves don't get you, the downstairs will. All right, I'm gonna press record and we'll just kind of go into them. Like, oh shit, we forgot to do blah blah blah. And we are being recorded on live on my vertical YouTube, so they are hearing something, seeing something. Just no brain damage. Bitch, come on. And yeah, I'm really good at all this technical shit too, dude. So you'll see how awesome I am at it. Well, this is Brain Damage, and you're a fan of what's his name? He does the podcast. Is it something? I haven't thought about him. He's the one that put me. He's like, hey, did you talk? He said Brand. He said Brand. I was like, I think I talked to a brain, but I didn't even like put 2 and 2 together. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, that blue cat dude? Is that who?
Yeah, the blue cat dude. What's his name? I can't think of it off the top of my head, man.
Yeah, Bob LeMay.
Huh?
Yeah, Bob LeMay. Yeah, I did his podcast.
Bob! That's it. That's why I can't think of his name, because that's the name of my channel. Bob Product. My bad. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Bob Lament.
Yeah, Bob's the homie. I did his podcast. That was pretty fun.
And my channel's name's Bob Product is because Bob is the whitest name that we could come up with. So
that's hilarious. So my favorite musician is Bob Marley, who's not white, but he's half white. They just don't know that his father was Captain Hood. What's his name? Oh, I forget his name. Anyways.
I don't know. Well,
Next time.
Well, how I got that story. Well, wait, real quick before we get into the story, I forgot the intro. Once again, I suck. Gotta catch them all. All right, we're back on with Brain Damage. First off, before we get too far in it, is Brain? Which part of the name is real? And I mean, are you like Hamburger? You remember Hamburger on Def Comedy Jam back in the day? Hamburger? I love that motherfucker, dude.
So growing up, me and my nephew, we were Pinky and the Brain, and so one day he was like, "Yo, can't be calling me Pinky in front of these hoes, man." You know what I mean? So I stuck with the Brain. You know, I'm a little damaged. When I was a kid, I used to have a lot of head injuries, and then I had a lot of self-injury behavior. The brick wall. Keenan made me change my background from a brick wall. He was like, "We can't have the same brick wall, man."
The thing that we're matched up, we're already 2 white dudes.
Yeah, I used to just bash my head against a brick wall, so I was too stupid. I was like, yo, I'm gonna just add damage to my name. You know, if nobody knows Pinky and the Brain anymore, so.
No. Yeah, that sucks, dude. That's dude. My name is Keenan, and I go to Taco Bell, and this is back, dude. This is like in the middle 2000s. I'm ordering something at Taco Bell, like what kind of name? What do you want to put down? Like Keenan, like Keenan and Cal. I don't care how you spell it. The young bitch behind the counter was like, I'm not old enough to know who that is. Bitch, it's 2005. What are you talking about? You're not old enough. Like, Keenan, whatever. I mean, that was the first time I ever felt old with the name Keenan.
Well, the good burger, man. Take your order.
Right? And what's great, people, he's like, Keenan, where's Kel? Well, my best friend is a very skinny black dude right there. Like, if you want me, like, and that's kind of fucked up on your part that you like. But whatever, guys. Whatever, guys. So brain.
That's hilarious. One of my best friends is a skinny black dude named Kelvin. And we'd be like, "What's up, Kel?" But I never was Keenan, so I was a chubby guy though.
Cal loves orange sauce, dude. I think being the chubby, like, dude, I've looked like basically like this, just minus the beard, since I was like in the fucking 5th grade, dude. I have a vest. It's got all pull balls on it, like the 8, the 1. I got that in like the 4th grade, dude. It still just barely fits me. It doesn't fit me perfectly, but I was a big boy back then. I was like 300 pounds back in the day, dude. I'm only like 250. Like right now, I'm like 250. But I mean, you should not be able to get something in the 4th grade and be able to put that shit back on. That doesn't work like that, man. Doesn't work like that.
Yep.
How long you been doing comedy for, man?
Just a little over 2 years for me. I started in August 2022. So I guess it is going sort of on 2.5 soon.
Nice. And
It's been pretty fun.
how much do you love when people are like, "Oh, you're a comedian? Tell me a joke." Shut the fuck up, bitch. That's not how this works. That's not shut up. Like, tell me. I hate that.
They when they do that, honestly, it's because growing up as a kid, I was one of the ones who would remember all kinds of jokes.
Right.
So I'll just everyone tell me one of your jokes, and I'm like, that's not how this works. But like, I'll tell you, I'll be like, what do you get when you mix an elephant with a rhino? Albino.
I've got a subscriber, and like, he probably shit's shown up on this YouTube live, but his name's Victor Mayo. He's always telling me to take my shirt off and telling me, and he's like, tell me a joke. I'm like, I think this whole entire thing I do right now is a fucking joke. And dude, I got Thug Life on my belly. I got this tattooed live on the fucking YouTube. There's a whole fucking video of me with my shirt off. Bitch, if you want, and I'm definitely not gonna take my shirt off if you tell me to, motherfucker. And what's funny is I was like, go to, I put that on OnlyFans. Go to big bearded, bald, and chubby. That's not represented on OnlyFans. I was really hoping that some big bald, chubby dude was getting like some love off of YouTube. Like, oh, you're not the right guy, but you're close enough. We'll take you.
Oh man, maybe you should put that as your Bob Productions is now new acronym. Old, and bearded.
There you go. That is a good one. There you go. And I also look. People also like to ask what the fuck happened to Fred Durst a lot, because I wear the red New York hat, but dude, all props go to Fred Durst. He got me late. He might still get me late today, dude. I'm not for sure. My lady today might just fuck me because I look a little bit like Fred Durst. I'll be like, what the fuck happened to Fred Durst? Well, this is what happens when you do it all for the nookie, my man. This is what happens. You might not know that because you obviously, or when I fuck something up, players fuck up, but you're probably not a player, bro, so you wouldn't understand that. So, no big deal, guys. No big deal. So how often do you, where you live at again? What neck of the woods are you in?
I'm in Bay Area, California, so I grew up in San Francisco, but I've been gentrified to Oakland for like the last 15 years.
E40, motherfucker. E40.
Yeah, so I'm like Hawaii, Bay Area, and but yeah, I'm a Bay cat, and I haven't really gotten to branch out too much in comedy outside of the Bay.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to exploring a little bit.
But I mean, the Bay is almost like Texas. It encompasses such a big area and so many different cities. I mean, shit, you go Oakland, San Francisco, fucking you probably know better than me, but mine's.
I haven't gotten out to like San Jose and Sac and
Bitch, Sacramento, right? Sacramento?
Yeah.
All right, dude. We're not all from California. Don't be like loose lipping naming that shit, dude. Sac.
Yeah, I got some of these homies from the plaizzible that are like, come down to LA. We're gonna do a show down in LA, and I'm like, I'm a broke fucking educator. I ain't got money like that, but I'm gonna save some up, like I said, next year.
Have you done a show yet on Plausible, or do you just do workshops and stuff?
Well, I've done I won the comedy competition for August on the Plausible, but I haven't done any. On that comedy competition, it used to be that you would get on a book show that they do with Michelle Durante, but Michelle Durante's on a hiatus, so she's doing a lot of stuff in real life out in New York. She's filming it out there right now. So shouts out to her. And she used to do a show, a mic on Tuesdays on the Plausible, where it was no material. You just show up and do 5 minutes of like comedian just. Other people would just kind of be like, hey, throw you a topic, you know what I mean? And you just got to start to try to make a joke out of it. And
yeah.
that was really fun. I like that because I love comedy and I love making people laugh, but I get bored with my material, even though, like, if I do a show, I'll have to do my material because that's what works for the audience. And as an artist, I get bored with it, so I kind of like to play with just like, throw me a topic and let me just say some crazy dumb shit, you know what I mean?
Right, and dude, I just found the Plausible app I like it. I like it a lot. I like that it's like an online comedy scene, and it's just getting started. So as they learn, they're gonna get it better and better. And I'm doing a Wednesday night show. I'm envisioning kind of like a Tonight Show type of thing where I go on and I brought on like five of my subscribers from YouTube that follow me over there and check me out. I'm like, this is kind of different. Like, well, let's see what happens. So I envision something. I would like to like host an open mic. I'm definitely not a headliner. I wouldn't mind like being. I don't mind being the person that gets it going or like is the in between and shit. But that I was on my first. I think you were on my first like workshop with Pablo, man, and he explained it all very well. He's like, yeah, we're doing these. Here's some questions, blah. So I thought that. It was a part of like the game. Like you read these questions and you try to like, you pick out a couple questions, you see what they come up with to be funny, and you come up with something. But then I came in and it seemed like everybody was kind of doing an act kind of thing to see like when somebody talked back, and then you do crowd work off of it. But I guess that wasn't the thing. I don't know. He started explaining. I was like, yo, Pablo, it sounds like you don't think I understand how to ask questions, but I do. I just didn't get whatever fucking game we're playing today, Pablo. Like, I don't mind doing this, bro, but it's just like, no, I'll come up your ass, Pablo. No, I'm just joking, man.
So I think because Pablo's a cool dude, and so he runs 3 different ones over the weekend, and they're kind of all similar. They blend a little bit. Like one is crowd work. We used to do roast battles, but it kind of was the same 8 of us. It's like we kind of all roasted each other at least once, twice each.
Right.
And then we started trying to practice tackle kung fu and then the rants. And so for Pablo, I know he'll put up that long list of like all the questions and he'll explain it for newcomers. But since we've been doing it for like a month or 2, we kind of like now we're just to the point where it's just like we're trying to just work with off the top of the head thing.
Right.
I don't think you need to treat anyone like, oh, you don't know what you're doing.
Well, and he didn't do anything wrong, dude. Like, I hope I didn't put it off like that. He did not do anything wrong. He was just, and I was trying to do that as like my crowd work type of thing. Like, I feel like you're explaining how to ask questions, Pablo. I get how to ask questions, but also like in my defense, like I'm not a huge crowd work. I don't really like that. I don't like because you get a cold crowd sometimes. Like if somebody wants to talk some shit, I'll go with you, dude. Let's do it. I've been bullied since I was in the 4th fucking grade. I can do this all day, bitch. In fact, like one of the best things about the vertical YouTube shit is that's all you get is these trolls, hecklers, and I don't even get trolls anymore because they've kind of just backed off because I will shut them the fuck down. Like I'm like, oh yeah, fat, bald, yeah, I've heard that before, bitch. Come with something hotter. Come on, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, make me work a little bit or something, right?
Right.
But, that's what I like about those things because I honestly, before I started doing these workshops with Pablo, I had never done crowd work. Nobody's ever heckled me.
Right.
Still to this day, I really don't do a lot of crowd work when I go out in real life. I'll mix it in a little bit where I work with it a little bit, and I think Pablo's also trying to teach me how to work crowd work into material where that's I'm still trying to figure that out.
I think that's where I like.
It's either going freestyle or material, and it's like it's kind of locked in either way.
I like what you're talking about. Like, yeah, if somebody says something to you, you know, you can do some crowd work. You see something crazy, be like, oh shit. But I don't like, you know, he makes it seem like you got. And again, this is not. It sounds like I'm fucking talking some Pablo shit. I'm not talking shit about this guy at all. But it seems like a lot of his stuff is like, you can work 15 minutes out. I was like, well, I don't want to do 15. I don't want to, like, I don't want to because, oh, I'm short on time. Like, I actually want to, like, I feel like, I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, dude, but I kind of want to be the macho man fucking steamboat of this motherfucker and rehearse it in my head a million times to where, oh, you got a joke? I got a joke back. Oh, you got this? I got this back. This is where we go. Because, I mean, dude, every time I go into like a CVS or something, they're like, hi, how are you doing today? Terrible, let's talk about it. My daughter's like, Dad, I've heard that so many times. I'm like, yeah, but they've never heard it. So let's try it with them.
Right. That's, I feel what you're saying on that. And like, I like these workshops. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love the community there on that site. You know, I'm not gonna get into, you know, of course there's frustrations and everything, and so.
But I just like it to.
I love the workshops because they're helping us build this callus. I think it is because honestly, in real life, I haven't had to use any of these
Right.
too much. But I like the fact that so far when I have had to use them, it feels a lot better now that I've been practicing than when I was before, when it would come up and I'd be like, what do I do here?
Exactly.
I was new in comedy and I just one day showed up to an open mic and they were like, oh, we're doing a workshop before we're doing an open mic, and it was a guy named Tony Sparks, who we call the Godfather of the Bay. He's the best host in the Bay Area, and he hosted an open mic called The Brainwash that was like the most famous open mic in San Francisco for like 20 years.
Nice.
And he was like, oh, when you're new in comedy, don't initiate crowd work. Don't. If somebody heckles you, try to do what you can, but don't initiate it because you don't know what the fuck you're doing yet. And so I wouldn't. And nobody, like I said, nobody heckled me. So now a little bit I will. But one of my comedy mentors, he always yells at me because I'm more of like a crowd work. Because again, Pablo's trying to teach me how to say like, ask the crowd a question that will lead into me doing a joke that I already have prepared. Where I'm more like, I want to ask the crowd, throw something random at me. I want to see if I can juggle it.
Right.
Make it funny.
And I do like, I think I heard from somebody on there, I do like, especially when you're doing the show, like, bring up all the stuff at the end. Like, I really hate, like, okay, let's hear it for all the comedians. Let's hear it for the host. Let's hear it for the crowd. Yeah, yo. Like, I don't want those shameless sympathy. Like, hey, y'all been a great crowd. Let's hear it for the host. He's introducing everybody proper and all these great fucking comedians we got today. Like, I'd much rather do something like that. It's always the same fucking thing. Let's hear about this. Hey, what's up with this? Hey guys. Like, okay, when do we get into your comedy, my guy? Like, that's what I liked. That's what I came here for. And I feel like, especially in this short attention span, like, if you don't start off hitting them like right away, like, you're gonna lose a crowd like right at the beginning and be like, oh, hey, let's clap for this, let's clap for that. Like, dude, just shut the fuck up and make me laugh already.
Don't be pandering. You gotta get to it.
Pandering, great word. For somebody with all that brain damage, that's a good word, man. I didn't think of that shit, yeah. But I mean, you can pander, and I do like the crowd work, and there are times where like that you could build, like you go, especially if you're like hosting a show or doing an open mic, and they ask you to stretch it out a little bit. All that stuff is great. But when you're just starting out and you're just doing like this kind of stuff, like I feel like when people say, "Oh, I got my tight 5," like I don't even think I have a tight intro yet, my man. Like I go over and over my intro again. Like I feel so bad for my YouTube subscribers because they came on and said like, "Oh, those are the same jokes." It's like, y'all realize that y'all are gonna get the same jokes until like this shit hits, right? Like I'm still figuring it the fuck out. Like it's just like you're still like I feel like until like, cause I mean at the moment like you don't feel like you need to get like a new set or a new hour, do you?
Nah. I mean, for me, like, I wouldn't even say I'd have an hour, and I have a job where I get lucky, where I get material daily, and then what I like about so I do comedy in VR. I just got off of comedy in VR, and there's a community there where it's a lot of regulars, and I can kind of work in some jokes, and I just kind of vent about my day or my week, and then a lot of it is funny there, but I know like, this is kind of one-time funny. These people understand.
Real quick, before we get to, you mean comedy and virtual reality? What are you talking about, comedy and VR?
Yeah, virtual reality with the headset.
So what, you put a headset on and everything, you're like, hey guys, well, I'm not even bullshitting, dude. Like, I'm asking you serious, so for real.
Yeah.
So like your avatar is up there, you go up there, but that's pretty weird. That's pretty cool, man.
Crazy. Like, cause I'm growing up, I'm a gamer. You see my hat, I play video games to this day, so I'm literally doing comedy in a video game. Comedy club with people from all over the world standing right next to me, laughing and it's amazing. And to me, it's cool because I get to kind of rant about random shit, and some of it's funny in passing, and some of it I'm like, okay, that really hit. Let me jot that down and start.
Well, it's trying shit out, and messing with stuff. Like I got a whole stack of fucking. Like I got a stack of like what I want to consider my set, or like the jokes that I are getting better and better. And I'm working heavily on. But then I got this fucking stack of just thoughts that I think of shit. I'm like, okay, let's write this down. Okay, let's mess with this. Let's do this. It's not there yet, but it has a thought. Like I'm working on. My son, whenever he was first born, my mom or somebody called him, he's going to be a lady killer. My thought was like, well, can I call him a tiny OJ then? Or a tiny Ted Bundy? Now, it's not there yet, but I mean, I've told it to a million different people, and I even told it like Thanksgiving one year, and the next year, my uncle comes up to me like, if you knew the actual atrocities that Ted Bundy, I was like, yo, dude, you know that was just a joke. You've been holding on to that shit for a fucking year? I hope you haven't been like writing shit down at home, because I still, like, I get Ted Bundy was a piece of shit, but I'm not gonna, I do think there's some funny there somewhere. Like, if it's cool to call a kid lady killer, why can't you call him O.J. Simpson or Tiny Ted Bundy or blah, 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 whatever. But that's what our acts are at the moment. It's just a fucking constant revolving door of what you're trying to like figure out and make funny. I mean, like you said, you're 2 years in. There are people that are in comedy, I mean, for fucking 15 years and they haven't got everything figured out yet.
Oh yeah, I had, so on the VR thing, I had somebody telling me about a comedian that's I've never heard of, but it's one of their favorites, and they were like, but not gonna lie, 15 years ago, the dude's still doing the same set. And I'm like, that's cool that works for that person. I just don't understand how. Not like, I get that I'm not a student of the game, and no disrespect to comedy. I love comedy. I'm not a disciplined person to where I'm not disciplined enough to study a whole bunch of different stuff. Or like I'm not a studier, period. But I study the game from what I can watch, but I can't go back and like, okay, let me do things the way comedy's supposed to be done.
Right.
So I can do it my way. And in my way, I'm like, again, I'm already bored of what I would consider to be my quote-unquote type 5.
Right.
I got a 5-minute set that I could do that's going to get last fully through as long as I do it. But now I'm at the point where it's so old in my mind because 98% of really everything I say is somewhat true in my life. It's mostly, I'm a storyteller. That's
right.
So like how you were saying you got to get to it, that's part of my issue in comedy is that I need to start, my boy Hatch is always telling me, set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch. My style is more storytelling, so it takes me a minute.
Yeah.
Now that I got that type 5, but it ain't as fun, so I'm not delivering it with as enthusiasm. So
right.
I would trick myself when it's showtime and be like, all right, this is my old material, but I like new material better because it's fresh in my mind. It's something
I would like to fit, because you know, like in TikToks or Facebook Shorts or YouTube Shorts or any of that shit, they take the end and they put it at the beginning, so it like creates this loop. And I understand we can't do that in real life, but like I would like, cause like I'm a storyteller, dude. Like I have all mine are stories upon stories. Like I get bogged down, but I try to like, and I think like with something we do, it's got to be, within your story, it's got to be set up punch, set up punch, set up punch, and then beginning, you know what I'm saying? Beginning, set a punch, set a punch, set a punch, set a punch. End, you know what I'm saying? The word, like, that's a beginning and end. But I would like to try to, like, I don't know where to even begin in this thing, but almost figure out where to, like, maybe start with, like, the beginning of a funny story or the ending of a funny story and then be like, let me tell you how the fuck this happened. Like, my, I don't know, you started like, woke up with my penis in a dude's hand. Let me tell you how that happened. I don't know. I just did, that was probably a bad way. I have that in my head because I've been watching the Aaron Hernandez story and that dude's fucked up, bro. Feel bad for that kid, dude. Watching it on Netflix, like you watch it, like, you could see why this guy went fucking crazy.
Which one was that you were watching?
Aaron Hernandez story. They did like they did an FX. They're doing like an FX TV show about it.
Yeah.
And like the dude, like I don't know if it's completely true, but the dude was obviously a homosexual. If that is the way they're going with it, and it just seems like the way he was beat down between his dad calling him an agate and everything, like he didn't, like he hid that shit. And could you just imagine not being able to be yourself? Like what if you couldn't be funny every day? What if you couldn't? Oh, speaking of being funny, my bad, just jump topics. But you said you all like. Do you mind telling us what do you do? You don't have to give the actual name, store, or anything. But what do you do for a living? Saying you get all kinds of material from?
Yeah, so I'm an educator. I work with kids, and I work with special needs kids, and so one of my openers is like, I'm brain damaged, and I work in mental health education. Who the fuck greenlit that shit?
I was about to say, you have a great name for being a special needs educator, my man. That is great.
So with the crowd work stuff, so now sometimes I'll be like, yo, let's guess. What do you all think I do for a living? You know what I mean? And then I let them guess. But so far when I've tried it, I've only gotten 2 responses, and I've tried it like 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, I guess the crowd doesn't give a fuck.
Just keep doing it, man, because that's what that's repetition, dude.
The first one was, but somebody said, somebody thought they just blurted out iced tea, and I was like, iced tea? What the fuck is that? Lady later was like, you look and sound like iced tea, and I was like, bitch, if Ice T heard you say that, he'd be like, not this ugly motherfucker. What is wrong with you, lady?
That might have been the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me. Like, have you seen Ice T? That dude is fucking beautiful, motherfucker. Even at this age, I would take Ice T's body today over what my body's been my entire fucking life. Fuck that.
At least Fred Durst got you laid. I'm like, this lady's calling me Ice T.
I'm sick, dude.
Got me laid, and then now if she try to get me laid, I'm like, fuck, my wife would kill both of us, bitch. What the fuck you talking about?
Dude, back in the day, they used to.
We gotta find the forensics on this bitch, cause we gotta kill this dude and the side bitch.
I love seeing Ice-T on documentaries now. That might be the funniest thing. Like hearing him like bring up some, like talking like some old school rap shit. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking actor now, dog. Don't be talking like you're hardcore now and shit like that. Damn fucking Ice-T. But yeah, dude, back in the day, I used to be called the chubby Fred Durst, and now I'm the old Fred Durst. Bitch, I'm 10 years younger than this motherfucker. When he came out, I was in the 9th grade, dude, when he fucking Limp Bizkit went hard. But, yeah, thank you, Fred Durst. It's the shit. I get that all the time. Fuck it.
I heard you say something about wrestling earlier. I just remember when they did that song on the WWE albums, Rollin', Rollin', Rollin' with The Undertaker.
Yep. Yep, I do,
They did one with Method Man, too.
No, Fred Durst did one with Method Man, but he didn't do a wrestling thing. Fred Durst, he did In Together Now.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. I think I can get. I just have to think about it. I think I'm right. I think I can rap it, but there's enough videos of me rapping that stupid shit. So brain damage. How many kids you got, man? You said son and daughter. Oh, did you have 2 kids?
Yeah.
That's enough, dude.
I got my son's 18, my daughter's 24. She lives in Denver. I got 2 stepsons too. They're both, I think, 29 and 30 or 30 and 30.
So wait, you're not gonna have any more fucking kids, right, dude?
Hell no. I was
Fuck yeah.
I was like, Miss Jess, you ain't got no kids? She said, nope. I said, make sure you don't. Hey, you ain't got no kids? Nope. Keep it that way, sir.
My oldest was like 17. My baby's mama oldest was 16. And then because of my disability, they prescribe you Viagra and they give you steroids to help you out. They don't tell you at 41 years old you might want to be careful with your shit. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, hey, you might be extra potent now, bro. So yeah, we have a 6-year-old. What's up?
I said, so you got a new one, huh?
Yeah, 6 years old, and he's super fucking smart, dude. Like, already can, like, dude, like 2 years ago, I was like, what's 6,000 plus 5,000, Jack? Said 11,000. I could have slapped him in his fucking smart face. Shut up. I could have maybe gotten 5 plus 6 when I was fucking 4 years old, but you add that 1,000? No. Dude, no. It pisses me off. He's way too smart, dude.
I love it. I'm a math guy myself, so I love it when I hear math stories from little kids. And there was one day maybe I was in a summer program about maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and I had a kindergartner. Of course, the stereotype, it was a little Asian kid, and him and I just, at lunchtime, we just started at 2 plus 2. We added 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 plus 8 is, and we got up to like 2,016,000. It was crazy.
Fuck
and
y'all.
The bell rang. It wasn't like we stopped. We just the bell rang, and it was bananas. Yeah.
Dude, and you remember back in the day, they'd be like, don't let your kids watch too much TV. No, it's not too much TV. It's too much stupid fucking TV. My son watches YouTube Kids like way too much. Like anybody else would be like, you're letting your son watch too much TV. It's because of YouTube Kids. He can read, write, do math, spell, do all this. Like, dude, like, and what's crazy is this is a new joke I'm working on. I have 2 TVs. The one that me and you were talking on right here, it's also like my desktop for my computer. And then one right there. My son gets on one, I get on the other. I'm on one, like with my headphones on the other day, and he's watching it, and then all of a sudden you hear, oh, disgusting. That's where puppies come from? Puppies come out of other puppies' butts? Wait, so puppies are poop? Like, what are you talking about? I look over, and it's literally, it's YouTube Kids. It's not showing like full-on dog vagina, but it's showing like a dog giving birth to more dogs. And I'm like, well, why don't we change this, Jack? He's like, no, it's cool. It's disgusting, but it's cool. And then his mom comes home, and his mom's like, oh, yeah, where'd you come from? I was like, your belly? She's like, how'd you get out of my belly? He's like, and he never says like, I pooped you out too. He's like, no, I wasn't poop. I wasn't poop. She's like, well, why do you think the dog would poop? Just all this crazy fuck you shit. And so now YouTube Kids better give my son the birds and the bees talk. I swear to God. If I can answer any of those questions, I swear to fucking God. I want to hear YouTube Kids about herpes or some don't get a bitch pregnant. That's what I want. Don't get your baby.
It's crazy because when we were growing up, it was like everybody has to learn the exact same way. And now it's like, man, people learn in different ways. And I wish there was the YouTube Kids when I was coming up. I swear, I try to read a book, and I'd follow along on the words, and my finger would be at the bottom of the book, and I'm like, last thing I remember reading is way at the top. Let's start over again, like.
Right, and man, my vision isn't all that great, so I haven't been able to, like, my right eye is good, my left eye, right eye sucks, left eye is good, whatever. So my son listens to a lot of Audible, My son is listening to Roald Dahl read Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, James and the Giant Peach, like he listened. Like I'm like, wouldn't that be a fucking cool when I was reading this stupid shit? If I could listen to Roald Dahl, I've listened to Andy Serkis do Lord of the Rings. It's like, what the fuck is going? And it's all like included in my Amazon Prime shit. Why is this shit so fucking easy now? Like I had to work to be this fucking dumb. My kid just fucking no problem. But you know.
Right. Right. And I'm right there with you, brother, man. I'm my right eye is completely blind, and my left eye ain't too great either. It's like 20/60. So it's like, yeah.
It's no good, man. It's no good. My son reads shit out to him. I'm like, dude, read that to me, dude. It's like I can't. Or like they send him home with like this homework and shit, and it's like like a 4 or 5 page book with like these big letters, and he doesn't want to read it because it's boring. I'm like, dude, we got to read it. Come on, let's do it. He's like, I don't want to read. I don't like reading. I'm like, dude, you read shit. No, it's like I'll be doing my my YouTube live, and I put it on the big screen so I can see it. And he'll come in my room and start like, don't read what's on the screen, dude. Don't read what these idiots are saying right now, dude. They're not the best people ever, my guy. Don't be like that. How many times did you get to go out and do comedy a week?
So usually I'll go out about at least a good 3-4 times a week. I try to get out. I just recently had to get with my car. So that's obviously slowing down. So thankfully, like I said, I'll do comedy in virtual reality. So that's a couple times a week. There's a few different online different mics. There's that plausible stuff, but there's also a couple different Zoom ones. So I'll probably look into those a little bit more. So far, the last 2 years, I did. So I'm a cold person. You see, I got the gloves. Right. I run extra cold. Native of Hawaii. I try to use that as an excuse, but I've been in the Bay Area about 38 years now, so I can't really be like, I come from the warm weather, you know? But I do kind of hibernate in the winter so far the last 2 years. I kind of shut it down for a couple months in the winter months because it gets cold, and I'm just like, man, I'm not going to be out there just... But, you know, I'll still show up for any shows. I got a couple book shows coming up in the next couple months. But, you know, it's harder without having a car. There are public transportations that thankfully the Bay Area has a lot of public transportation. But, like I said, in the cold weather, I'm not as enthusiastic about going out to be like, oh, let me go out and hit 3 open mics tonight and on the bus. Nah. Yeah. 3 or 4 times a week is still a decent amount, especially, I mean, like I said, I mean, there's 2 open mics in my area, and I mean, and you're basically, like, I'm not going to bust my, like, and especially the open mics here, you're basically just doing your comedy for other comics, which gets you in the mode. Like you said, it's the fellowship with, like, you know, same thing with Plausible, it's fellowship with other comedians. But I'm not going to bust my ass to go do my comedy in front of, you know, the same 5 comedians every week, unfortunately. Like, I want to practice. I want to do it, but, you know, I'm not going to come up with a new 3 minutes every week because I'm talking to the same 3 people. I mean, it sucks. I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but I'm not that good at this shit yet, so... I mean, I used up all my material on you tonight. I'm gonna be fucked the next couple of days, dude. Nah, but that again, that's like you said. That's how comedy works. We gotta try to, you know, we work our material. We work it. Figure out. You know, like I said, one of my comedy mentors, he's always telling me trim the fat, but I ain't trimming. And especially since if you say like you're a storyteller like me, like you know, especially when I got new material. I'm kind of just speaking it out, like just trying to figure out how to turn it into jokes, and then from there again, trimming the fat, turning it down, up, punching the punchlines. Right. You know, it's you know, cause you like, I got this funny story of I got a stripper to eat on stage after watching Adam Sandler in the movie That's My Boy.
with Lunel, the comedian's like upside down eating as a stripper eating on stage. So I was like, I'm definitely gonna get a stripper to eat on stage. But that's pretty much the joke. I got a stripper to eat on stage. It was hilarious. That's it. It's how you tell it and how the story things and all this and that and blah blah blah. That's the nuance and that's the shit I'm still trying to figure out. It's like, oh, how do I make this funny on the ride to this? Because I mean, really and truly, it's like I got a stripper to eat on stage one time. I used to sell weed in the strip club, you know, because if you're going to a strip club, might as well try to make 10 extra bucks to cover your thing. The guy wanted to punch me in the face, he didn't, so then he went after my shorter homeboy. And then I didn't fight anybody. Everything went away from me. So that's that fucking joke. That's it. Like, so it's all the story, this and that and the other. Like, oh, so I'm blowing it out. You know, it's just, it's trying to figure out this, you know, every which way. You know, and that's, like, all we need is stage time. And I do like the online shit. Plausible is really cool. I'm actually going to interview Leanne. Probably in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be interviewing her for this. And, you know, because she's a comic and she set up the Plausible, you know, site and everything. So.
Yeah. I appreciate Leanne for putting on the Plausible thing because, I mean, it's free. It's a free resource. It's a good comedy community. I love the fact that there are a few different options on there to get on there and kind of workshop jokes with people and be able to like kind of help each other punch up your lines and
Right.
And come up with different angles and hey, try saying it this way.
Exactly, dude. And that's why I would kill to have more workshops like late at night, like the time that me and you were talking. Like this seems when you have extra time off, like you have kids, you have a job, like you can't be, you know, Saturdays and Sundays during the day. Like I get it, and real talk, like Saturday and Sunday isn't the day for real open micers for like guys for comedians that are just starting out. Your open mics are like, you know, Tuesdays, Sundays, blah, blah, blah. So Friday and Saturday night will be almost perfect for me and you to come home like, oh, I tried this out. This didn't work, you know, or like, oh, I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I mean. And I mean, I love the platform because I'm just trying to figure out, because I go live on YouTube most mornings or TikTok or Facebook. And I'll just say like my 5-minute set and I'll have to read whatever people are saying, which is a pain in the ass. Like, oh, you want to heckle me? Come over to Plausible. You can say whatever you want to. Oh, you want to say, there's no moderators at Plausible. You can say whatever the fuck you want to over there to me.
Right.
My people are going to kick you out for telling me to go fuck a child or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, on YouTube, I have moderators. On Facebook, I have moderators. TikTok, people are watching you, but if we're on Plausible and you say, hey, you suck at telling jokes, you should just try to fuck some child. Like, yeah, we're not going to be fans of that, but okay, like, I'll try to work something on it. Like, so wait, you're telling me that I am so much less funny that I should be a pedophile? Like, that's kind of harsh, my man. I don't know.
Yeah, like why would that be your weird thought process when
Right?
the thoughts that we need to dwell upon?
If you can't tell a joke, you should be fucking a kid. Whoa, dude, calm the fuck down, my guy. But you know, it's just, but that's the kind of shit you'll meet out in the comedy club, because at some point you're gonna get heckled, you know. And I mean that was, you know, the open. That's I do like. Because like a lot of open mics I do, you know, you'll get 3 minutes of, or maybe 5 minutes. Get 3 to 5 minutes of mic time, and then there'll be like 3 to 5 minutes of like people heckling you. I don't like the Eminem roast battles. I don't know. Like I don't know you. Like if me and you were to talk shit right now, it'd be just off of like, oh, you got a beard, you look like you're bald and you're fat, and you know, it'd just be us like what we could see visually. Oh, you look like you're kind of a Samoan, but you haven't lifted weights in a while. You know, some bullshit. But instead, like, I don't want to hear these people, like, battle. Like, I don't know. But I do enjoy Plausible. I enjoy the fuck out of it.
It's crazy that, like, the gimmicks in comedy right now, because people love the roast battles. They love the Kill Tonys and it's like, like I've never really got into that Kill Tony thing, but like I've done a couple different, people emulated at their mics now. And
Yeah.
There's a couple on VR, and there was one in real life, and like so.
But seeing the
They
kill
format a couple times, but just because that's what was offered.
Exactly.
I mean, I knew what it was gonna be because they announced it, but it was like I'm gonna play it, and it's kind of a different aspect to go. You know what? Let me try it from a 5-minute set. Let me just I got in 1 minute.
And if it's coming from 3 comedians that you respect, Kill Tony usually has 3 people that you know of and that you respect their thoughts on comedy. But if you don't know, like, oh, okay, bro, so you didn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I might not be your cup of tea, but I'm good, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, I don't like, and it's just like, dude, I was a chef before I retired, and every time you go to a job, you be doing whatever the fuck they want you to do. Like, let me show you how to cook here. Let me cook whatever you want, and then they'll come in like with 30 minutes. Like, now create us something out of your own mind. You got 30 minutes, bitch. Shut the fuck up. You're not Gordon Ramsay, motherfucker. Just tell me. I could do that at any point in time. Just tell me to come up with my own dish, and I would like give it to you right then. Just don't come in trying to surprise me. Like, this is just fucking stupid. I just don't. I don't like that. What'd you say? Pandering? You're just pandering to everybody. You're pandering because like, come up with something original, motherfucker. No, never has it ever. You've been at like some shitty fucking Applebee's and been like, I want something off a menu. No, bitch. You order what's on the fucking menu, motherfucker.
What's the chef special? You're gonna get the chef special.
You don't get salmonella. That might be the special, bitch. You fucking like. Yeah. What I really hated was like, cause I was always that dude. I didn't go to culinary school. My mom and my grandmother taught me how to cook, and because I was good at bullshitting, a lot of bullshit and a whole lot of Food Network on PBS, I could cook, not a problem. But I would sit there and do this stupid shit, and they would just give me non-stop shit for nothing. Like, guys, it's not a thing. Just let it go. Just let it go. Like, we don't care. You don't care. Whatever. So what do you? I did want to ask you since you're on the spot. If I put together a little show on Plausible, could I invite you to come do your comedy?
Yeah.
All right, man. Because I like to put about 3 to 4 people together on like Tuesday night around 10 o'clock or something that's like an off night. You know what I'm saying? Like some kind of off. Something a little different, maybe.
Tuesday nights I do a show on Zoom with a couple of my homies from Champaign, Illinois. Right? I think. Anyways, we do like a meme cast. It's not really it's comedy based, but it's not a comedy show where we do material. We just present memes that we found that week, and we call it Facebook for the Blind. The concept is if a blind person were listening in, we describe the memes to where they would see it in their head and still think it's funny.
I kind of like that, dude. That's a good idea, man.
Yeah, and our theory is it works because my wife works nights and she listens in while she's at work.
Do y'all ever describe like, cause I have homies that are on like those meme sites where it's like that it's like the worst memes ever. It's like I don't mean like bad jokes, but like sexually memes and shit. Like, do you ever describe that shit like, okay, well this one's a pulsating Asian woman with like that penis seems.
Definitely one where we'll make that there's like jokes that have to do with sex a little bit, but yeah, we're definitely not.
I'm not a doctor, but I think that penis is just a little bit too big for that vagina. I'm just gonna guess it. No, I'm fucking with you. That's a good idea. I like that, man. Who else did I talked to somebody in there. Michael Pasvar. I just talked to him. They do. He does a podcast called Back in the Day, and it's like tell your best story. Like pick out one story from like your past, like childhood, whatever, back in the day. But I want you to tell me a story that, it doesn't like not. But just tell me like an intriguing story. Like, okay, well, one day we all skipped school and we all like went to this person's house and smoked weed or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, that's a good idea for a podcast too, man. I might not steal that from you. So brain damage. Do you have a link tree or anything like that that people need to go check out?
I don't know what Linktree is, but I'm on the Instagram. It's the same, just the way it's spelled, BRANE and then underscore damage.
Alright, well, I'm gonna put links. There'll be links to the description to your shit.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm just Instagram and Facebook, and I'm not like putting out comedy content. I'm just me. I just kind of.
Brain damage just said he is.
I mean, yeah, follow me, but I honestly, you just know more about my stupid ass life than you would about comedy. So.
You just said you were old without saying you're old, my man. It's good, dude. I mean, I know I look like.
I got friends that are like, put out your content, and I'm like, well.
I do kind of feel like Jay Leno, and of course Jay Leno can get this shit done. He's like, I never put an hour out. I've never done a comedy special. I just go around. Well, yeah, you're also Jay Leno, bitch. So you get the Tonight Show rub. Like, if you came to my town, like real talk, if Bill Cosby came to my city, I would probably go and see him just so I could say I saw Bill Cosby.
Hey, that fucking Bill Cosby himself is fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's fucking funny, and I'm one of those.
I'm not condoning what the man did. We didn't know what he did at the time.
Well, let's see. That's just like I'm a person that can take away. Like your talent better be extra great. Like I'll still listen to an R. Kelly song. I do not agree with this shit at all, but I believe I can fly like a motherfucker. You know, like. I feel bad for P. Diddy because his artistic talent definitely did not outweigh whatever the fuck he's done. I mean,
I'm glad because I'm a music snob. Like I like what I like, and most people don't like it. And I already hated R. Kelly and P. Diddy, all this music. Like that shit was trash to me before. I couldn't stand these motherfuckers before, so I was like, I don't care about this shit. Like I already didn't. Anyways, I won't get into that, but...
Well, no, we ain't gotta get into that, but I did want to ask you...
I completely see what you're saying, because there's certain, like, I'm a fight fan. John Jones just fought. Everybody's talking about the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. The real fight fans do. The real fight was John Jones and Stipe. This guy has done some fucking terrible things and some stupid stuff.
Yep.
But he's still the greatest fighter that's ever fought. I mean, you can't take that away from him. The guy is incredibly skilled. Now, him ducking Tom Aspinall at the end, and we can say duck, we can say negotiating, but hey, you can't be like, you was the young stud beating all the legends back then. Now you're the legend, and you saying the interim heavyweight champion does not deserve a shot because he ain't good enough for you?
Right.
Bro, Joker should have said that to you when Rashad got hurt and you took his spot and became the youngest light heavyweight champion. No, man, this guy, okay.
Dude, how do you feel about, I mean, you brought up Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight, but I mean, people are all bitching about, it was a money grab. It was a fake fight. Mike Tyson was just trying to get his money. Like, who the fuck? Dude. He's got, 9 kids? And, I think maybe 2 or 3 of them are still, under 10 years old or some shit? So, he's trying to get generational wealth for this shit. I do not take anything away from that dude. The only thing I would have loved to see during that fight is Mike Tyson hangover right hook. Just knock if that's all I would have loved to see is a Mike Tyson fucking knockout, just right hook. Hangover, fucking just knock him the fuck out.
Right.
But
that's pretty much what it was. Everybody wanted to see that, but you had to know, like when they signed it, I was already like, this is not going to end the way people wanted it to.
No.
And thankfully, it didn't end the way I thought it was going to end either, because I thought Jake Paul was going to be like, hey, I'm a 27-year-old athlete in this fine. You're 58, and no matter who you are, Mike Tyson or not, if he just came in and if he just went full throttle on him, granted, that would be the only way that Tyson would have had a shot, because he would have had enough to where Tyson could have landed a couple of combos and maybe that right hook.
yeah.
So that's why Jake didn't swarm in. So it's a catch 50-50, but you knew. It was like when Mayweather and Pacquiao went. It was
Exactly, man. You're a fight fan, man. You know, it was like
fighting sparring match. They did it to their friends. They did it to make money. Tyson was all, and he's not lying when he said, "I didn't do it for the money. I got money. I wanted to test myself." But at the same time, it was, you know,
money didn't hurt shit.
neither one of them are ever gonna put each other in danger if they
No. No, and I mean, it was almost like a wrestling moment, you know. I could give two fucks less. I mean, literally, if it wasn't on my Netflix, I wouldn't have purchased the fight. I wouldn't have been like, oh, Mike Tyson's gonna not. This is not gonna be the fight of the fucking year. Let's not be stupid, guys. But you know.
That's what it boils down to. People can't be that mad because it was on Netflix. You didn't pay $75 like you did
No.
for Pacquiao Mayweather.
And how many fights did they have on that fucking card? Like, I mean, I watched because I forgot that the fight was coming. I thought the fight was coming on like on Monday or some shit. And then I do a wrestling podcast, and my co-host was like, "You want to watch the Mike Tyson fight?" And I was like, "Oh, is that tonight? Yeah, sure, let's do it." So I started watching like the two fights before the Tyson fight, or one fight before the Tyson fight, and the two scrappy little dudes, they went at it. I was like, that's a decent little fight. There we go. Yeah. And then the two women. Yeah, that was a decent little scrap, dude. But then the two women fought.
That's a good fight. Then Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, I think it was.
Yeah, my Netflix was still figuring shit out then.
That's what I'm saying. That's the whole reason. See, Jake Paul's smart. He knows that his fight's gonna be the certain fight, but he knows to put real boxers on his card.
Yeah.
Real fans still show up, and you get all the, oh my God, there's a celebrity fighting, a YouTuber versus a legend. Let me tune in. You know what I mean? A YouTuber versus Nate Diaz. Let me tune in. You know what I mean? So, he knows how to promote, and he knows how to pick and choose his opponents to where he's not going to put himself in a whole lot of danger. And Arthur better be now challenge him. He's not going to answer that challenge.
Dude, real talk, at this point in my life, you give me some life-changing money, I'd probably be doing some gay shit, bro. Like, some dude comes at me with like 150 grand, I'm going to be like, take it then, dog. Let's YouTube this shit now. Fuck it. Like, fuck it. My kid's gonna be taken care of forever from now on. So brain damage. I found your shit absolutely hilarious. Like your friends say, I would put a little bit more. I know you're old, bro. I would put a little bit more of your content out there, dude. Deserves to be out there, man. You're pretty fucking funny, man. I enjoyed your shit, and I enjoyed the times that we've been on Plausible, and I saw you there, and like, you came off the cuff pretty damn well too. So I'm gonna put your Instagram and your Facebook, and Linktree is just a spot where you can put like all your links to Facebook, your website, whatever the fuck. A lot of comedians have it, dude. So that's why I asked you if you had a Linktree. But you're too old. We understand that.
I'm gonna look into it. I appreciate it.
Well, no, dude, look into that. Look into Stand Store. I mean, you see, like, dude, all this shit back here, man. I got a Stand Store with merch. I do a call-in show. You can cash at me, all this stupid shit. I don't give a fuck. Dude, I'm a beggar. I don't give a fuck. I might as well just have a fucking sign out. Please donate your money. And look, I even have a can. Let me hold the dollar. Let me hold the dollar. Because I'm broke as fuck and you're not broke. But brain damage, we're gonna look for you, man. I am gonna create a show on Plausible. I'd love to have you on there, man. I've done probably about 11 or 12 of these interviews so far, man. So I think I got a pretty good little class of people I can put forth.
Nice.
Maybe because I really think that Plausible is a great idea, and I'd love to bring more people. I've heard of the Zoom stuff before. I just don't think Zoom is as like good for us as you know what I'm saying? Because you know, it does, like with Plausible, it doesn't cut people off. It gives you can just clap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I feel like on Zoom it's all just like yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, dude.
Yeah. It's crazy. Zoom is it's crazy the different platforms. For me, I definitely love in person the most. I would say honestly, I would go virtual reality second, and then online comedy third. And I definitely feel I feel what you're saying. Like I don't know, it's a different aspect from Zoom and the plausible, and I can't really explain it, but like I feel like online comedy has helped me in a sense of like you get to practice, and I feel like it's helped me a little bit let the joke breathe. Like you kind of have to wait for that lag response. And then it's helped me realize in real life, sometimes I'll step on the joke and then like maybe it takes them a second to start laughing. And then I'll start going into my material again, and now I'm cutting off the laugh that I was
Right, and I think Pablo, maybe not Pablo, but he does another show after that. He does the show after that. I think it's Bob. No, not Bob.
Oh, Barry?
Barry, yeah, Barry. There you go.
Yeah,
But yeah, he told me that he was like, don't rush into your jokes too fast, because I do a lot of my jokes to online stuff, nothing. So I would, say a joke and then be like, okay, on to the next one. I wouldn't really give enough time. So that's just some stuff you can learn here and there. And I don't know if, I would love to be a stand-up comic. I would love to be a comic like that, but I'm not for sure that's my venue or where I want to go. I like, but it's definitely not easier here in Denton. So I'm going to keep trying, I'm going to keep going. But I do like the way doing comedy and working this stuff out, because, doing my online shit and doing, dealing with the trolls on fucking YouTube and all that shit, because I go live and I have to deal with these people nonstop. And I'm like Ron Burger, and the best I've ever gotten was, because usually you read the person's name and then you get their troll comment. This person's name was "And Frank Deserved It." So I'm sitting there like, oh, James says what's up, Eli says this, blah blah blah, and Frank deserved. No, she didn't. And Frank didn't deserve it, bro. But I feel like Ron Burgundy sometimes, because I'll just read some people's shit out and not even fucking notice it, man. Not even fucking notice it.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff to deal with, because I know society is it's just cool to be the troll right now. It's everybody wants to be the trolls, all trolls, and
yeah, but I mean, as a comic, dude, like you would know, like you were prepared. Like trolls don't really like. I have moderators in my shit. They're like, "Where are the trolls at?" I'm like, well, they're not coming around anymore, dude. They don't like us because I don't shut them down, but I say fun. Like they get all this. They can look at my dumbass and make fun of all this. All I get is their little fucking name and whatever dumbass shit they just said. So I can make fun of them off of that little name and whatever dumbass shit they just said. And however it works, it works. And it's not me like, ooh, yeah, I'm better than you. But I am funnier than most of these dumbasses that just want to come up with some shit. And you'd probably find about the same, dude, because you're funny off the cuff, man. You don't even try to, but you're funny. All right, brain damage. Well, I don't want you to hurt your head anymore, dude. I know you're you live in that legal state, bro. So I mean, they're probably just hurting your brain even worse, dude. I'm so sorry, man.
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a joke about being addicted to concussions growing up. So.
Dude, don't even make a joke about that. Watch that or Aaron Hernandez shit. You're like, that is not funny at all, man.
Yeah, I'm like, CTE.
Oh man, I'm just telling you, dude. His dad calling him names and him having that CTE shit fucked up his world, bro. Like, it'll make you feel bad for his bitch ass.
I'm so mad at that show though, because it's like everybody is spot on. Gronk is spot on. His parents are spot on. His cousin's spot on. But him and his brother don't look nothing like they do in real life. I'm like, these dudes don't look Puerto Rican. They look straight white. The kid don't even look like he's that big. He looks like he's like 5'8" at the most.
Right. Well, and I think they use the same person from like high school up until fucking like NFL. So they had to find somebody like middle range. I don't know.
He doesn't even talk like that. The actor's like,
Well, I mean, Cuba Gooding Jr. wasn't that great of a fucking O.J. Simpson either, bro. Let's just, I mean, if I was just because. What? Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr. played O.J. because FX first sports story was the O.J. Simpson story.
What? Okay, I gotta tell my wife because I told her too. I was like, I wonder why they call it American Sports Story. I wonder if they think if this one takes off, they'll do other
The first one was
maybe we'll get Ray Caruth.
But no, the first one was OJ, but that one was like, my son wasn't even alive then, dude. So that's more than 6 years ago. So I'm thinking like 7, maybe 7. I think me and my girl had just gotten together. So I'm thinking like 7.5 years ago. That's when that shit came off, dude. So I mean, it's not going that great. And I mean, really and truly, how many crazy fucking sports stories we have.
Yeah.
It should just be called like American Murder Stories. Let's just tell you all about it. Because I mean, let's just talk about these crazy fucking murders that we have going on.
And right after that, when we started watching the Netflix Menendez brothers.
Oh, dude, that one was fucked up too, man. Like I'm so.
We just finished that one last night. We just finished it.
Well, you know that FX did a Menendez story too.
Like a show like that one?
Yeah, they did. The Menendez one was I forget. Yeah, it was like the O.J. Simpson one, but maybe it was. I forget. But yeah, it was like the O.J. Simpson one, but it was a minute. But dude, I mean, again, same thing. Like, could you imagine the '90s if your fucking dad had really done that shit to you and nobody fucking believes you and you're just a fucking joke? You're just a fucking joke. Yeah, you know what? We killed our fucking parents because they thought it was funny to touch our penises, bro. Why else would some rich kids? Oh, because we wanted the money. That sounds fucking stupid. Like, suspect? Whatever, man. Like, the funniest thing when my sons like started, they were saying sus, and I was like, you know, back in the day we used to say, oh, that kid is suspect. When you think like, he's suspect. Like, that's not what it means. It's like, I guarantee you that's what the fuck it means. I know that sus means suspect because that's what the fuck it meant back in the day, bro.
Right.
Kids today, man. I'm not a fan of them.
Now I hear they say zesty.
Oh my god, yeah, my kid be saying like, my kid wants to. He says, what is it? Yeet, which is off of wrestling, but it comes from, instead of skeet, they put it on wrestling as yeet, and he says that there's a wrestler that says after every little thing they say something, he's like yeet. They say something, he says yeet. Yeah. Blah blah blah. So now my son says like, dude, I never wanted to hit a kid more in my life. Like, you be saying that dumb shit and it fucking upsets the fuck out of me, dude. Alright, well this is fun, Brain Damage. I'm gonna invite you onto this possible thing. We're gonna put on a show and you're gonna do fucking awesome. But I hope you get a couple of bumps on some shit. Do you put stuff on YouTube or is it just Instagram and Facebook like all people?
I'm gonna get a YouTube thing together. I have a couple things that are unlisted, but they're like a really terrible quality. But I got a couple clips that I want to start putting up. So I'm gonna figure the YouTube thing out.
You're lucky you found the place to go for all people, because like my demographic is like male, like 35 plus, like 40, getting 40s to 50s. That's like my demographic, bro. Male 40s to 50s, that's the demographic we hit, dude. So you found the right spot to get. Yeah, you're good, man. We'll get as many old people your way as we possibly can, man. But check out Brain Damage. Check out all the links in the description. I'm going to get you to his Instagram, to his Facebook. And we're just going to keep chatting out like we're doing. We just keep watching on Plausible. You might see Brain Damage pop up. You never know. Thanks for showing up, Brain Damage. I appreciate you, man. Here, let me end this recording real quick. Bitch. Boom. Thank God I can do some editing at some point. I don't know, but I haven't really been editing the fucking podcast because it's like, okay, I feel like the fuck ups are kind of funny. Like,
yeah.
When I was watching this dumb guy, but I appreciate you, man. I think that was it. Let me see if I got any. Oh shit, I should have checked, guys. My bad, guys. My bad. Lee Big Murder. My bad, guys. You got anything you want to ask? Donnie Boy Murder. Lee Bick, I didn't check my phone, guys.
That's
Nah, they just, I mean, we have like, let's see how many people we have over here. Looks like we got like 12 people over here. Anything like that. But no, I guess then we're not. Am I on mute now? Victor Mayo. My phone's not in the bathroom with me, mate. You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. Was an accident during the Cooking show. Yeah. What? Boom, 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 boom. Thanks for showing up tonight, guys. I'll see you later.